Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're all doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, going through the normal routine. Just finished a 3-mile run, shaved, all that good stuff. And while I was doing all that, I just heard something I wanted to get out and share with you guys that I thought was really, really good. Just an analogy, just metaphor, whatever. The guy says, when you're like an antenna, no, when you're aligned right, you're like an antenna. You can download and you can, hear things or connect with things, more clearly. Like a radio, right? Like an old radio station, though. Back in the day, we had the ones where you actually had the knob and you had to find you had to turn the knob just right to get that little the red line, lined up just right with the station you're trying to listen to. And if you did it, it was all staticky. Like you could hear some things, but it just wasn't coming out clear until you just got it just right and hit it on the station that you wanted to get to, and then everything would just come in clear. And it just makes sense. Like when you put things in perspective in life, it's like that, right? Like when you're just not aligned right, you're not doing the right things, you're sleeping in, you're eating the wrong food, you're not exercising, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your mind, your money is off, your daily habits are off, you don't have a routine, you don't have, you're not really living right, then obviously it's kind of like that static, right? Like it's not coming through like it should. But if you align yourself right, and you're doing the right things, and you're doing the right routines, and you're trying to live the right way, the right things come to you. And that takes me back to the conversation that I was having with one of the young guys that's one of my students the other day in the locker room. Before he came to me, he didn't have a mentor like me, or he didn't hear the things that he was hearing before he came to me. He's got good parents, but he just doesn't hear the things that he was hearing. And then, like I shared in the episode the other day, he's got this book called Atomic Habits, and then he was naming off all these other books. Well, now that he's aligning himself right, he's getting all this other information that's coming to him. So he's putting himself in a position to where now this information is just coming out of the wherever, and it's just coming to him. And I totally agree with that. I know before, I didn't even know what an affirmation was at one point. I've shared this thing many times with these episodes where I was training jiu-jitsu. There was a blue belt, could have been a white belt, whatever. My first coach here in Texas, he had a message of the week on a dry erase board, and he would change it out, and then every Monday we'd have a new message or whatever. And I didn't really care at that point, to be honest, because I just really wanted to train jiu-jitsu, because where I came from, we didn't really have jiu-jitsu. It was really not a thing. It's just some guys grappling in backyards and living rooms and stuff like that, And when I moved to Texas, I was I just wanted to just give everything to learn jiu-jitsu. So when I got there, I didn't really care to hear about anything else but that. But then one day, obviously, something's going on, something's misaligned, ain't right, and the message of the week, don't remember what it was, but it hit me. And I just remember going back, looking at the message, and then I started to pay attention more to the messages. So I was aligning myself, right? I was misaligned. I wasn't aligned before. These messages they would have helped me out a lot sooner if I just would have paid attention to them. But it's kind of one of the things where I heard a long time ago as well, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You can't, force anyone to learn something they're not ready to learn. But when they're ready to learn, they're aligned, then you're like an antenna, and you're just going to start downloading information. And so start getting into information. I start getting books, and next thing you know, I'm I see these messages everywhere. I see quotes, I see books, I see positive things all around me. Airport, wherever I go, there's just man, these things are everywhere. And this is pre YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, right? And so I just start reading more. I got pointing out my closet here. I got books and books and books and just all kind of things and quotes and things that I've written down over the years. And I just started really getting heavy into like what what is an affirmation? Like what is that? Like positive things. Like um I wasn't like aware or aligned, like I said, like to these things. Like I knew what positivity is, like of course, like this is common sense, right? But like really going deeper into all that, I didn't really know, right? Like there's a whole nother world with this stuff out there. And so for years now, so I mean, you're talking when I moved to Texas, it was 2001, white belt, 2002, blue belt, 2003. So somewhere in the last 20 years, it's like I just been like for 2 decades of just diving into like the mindset, right? Mental toughness and all these affirmations and all this stuff. Like how does this stuff work? Like what is it and the benefits of it? And so just over the years, especially now with YouTube and Instagram and whatever, and your phone listens to you or whatever talk, like when I open up my phone and the things that I like or follow on my social media pages, they're all positive. Like they're just positive. Someone's working out, doing burpees, a David Goggins, a Jocko, the Joe DeSena guy. Like there's all kind of people like on my social media to where like I'm just getting like I'm like an antenna, just getting downloaded with all this really good information. And then what do? I share it with my students because they need it. Okay, not all of them. I got students that are doing really, really well for themselves, mentally and physically, financially. But I would say I got more that are not versus the ones that are 20s, 30s, even 40s that need information like that. So I share it. And it's like these episodes here. Wherever they go, wherever they land, it's like a message in a bottle, like throw it in the ocean, like whoever picks it up, reads it. Could benefit them, maybe it doesn't, but it's good information. So when you're trying to live right, you're trying to eat right, and you're trying to take care of your body and your mind, and you're trying to do things the right way for people, living to serve other people, to take care of other people. Like for me, as a coach before, again, this is more of a selfish motivator to start a school was like, I just want to train jiu-jitsu. I hate my job. I don't want to do this stuff for the rest of my life. I don't want to retire from here like my dad did or my grandfather did. Like I want to do like what I want to do. And so that pushed me to start a school. But then over time, I realized like, man, people need help. People need affirmations. People need positivity. People need to be toughened up physically and mentally because they're broken inside because of whatever things that they're going through. So now it's more like of a serving type of thing that I do. And of course you get the hate from students or whoever, that guy, I don't come here for life coaching, whatever, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing because I help people do what they do. Like people are benefiting, the return on investment, what they're paying me for some jiu-jitsu lessons and what they're getting in return to improve their life and their habits and their mindset, and their kids are going to benefit and their wife's going to benefit or vice versa, whatever. You can't ever pay me back for that information that I've been giving. And now your life is like taking off in a much better direction. You're healthier, more fit, your wife and your family and everyone else's is better because you found my academy, you found my school, you came around me, and now I've aligned you in a direction to where like you're downloading this information to where you're just doing a lot better for yourself, So when you start to align yourself the right way and you start looking for these things, how can I be healthier? How can I be more mentally fit, more physically fit? How can I be more financially fit? How can I help other people? How can I serve other people, do things for other people? How can I take care of other people? Like these things just start to come to you and you just start to just get like blessed with all this information. It's like an overload of things to where you can just like take it and actually apply it and use it. Versus the other thing, if you're not aligned, again, your life is staticky like the radio. It isn't on the station where it should be. It's off and it's haywire. It's foggy. It's sleeping in till noon, 2 o'clock, hungover. Just poor health, poor mental health, uh, poor bank account, poor everything, you know, that's just because you're not aligned right. And if you start aligning yourself right and around the right people and the right things, like this thing I just heard this morning, it's the first time I heard it. And the thing about it is I've heard this message, this video, I don't know, 50 times or something like that. It's a short video, but like I play so many of them that sometimes that's why I play it, because there's so much good stuff in it that I don't catch everything. So I just happened to catch this little thing that this guy said, and then like it just made total sense, right? Like if you just put that in perspective, like you're just like the radio. If you're just not, that dial isn't on point, it's all staticky and foggy, and you get all upset because like you just can't hear what you want to hear, what you're trying to listen to, because it's just not coming through right. But once you get it on point and it's right where it's supposed to be, then you'll be right where you're supposed to be. So what is it that is misaligned, isn't right? There's got to be an area, and whatever that area, that weakness is, that needs to be aligned so that you can be an antenna to draw in more good information and get things fixed, listen to the right things, and then just take off from there. So it's stuff like this, guys, that just like gets the day started, besides like the runs and the workouts and the good foods. Like today, again, it's already like I've already had like my shakes and my coffee and my Minos, and I just had some Greek yogurt with protein powder and some blueberries, and like, I mean, it's 10 o'clock, you know, and I've done a lot of things already this morning, and I'm fueled up, ready to go, ready to get after it. And it's just like, man. So some people are just now waking up, and they went to bed at 2 o'clock, not because they've got to work, but they're just kind of out hanging out on a Tuesday. And now it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and it's just misaligned. All right. So get aligned right, and you'll be like an antenna to download everything that it is that you're looking for. All right. Because no one is happy being unhappy. You find happiness like by doing the right things, not through the the money part of it. Like if you're just chasing the money, then you'll just never be happy, because you're just chasing the money. It's the things that are going to get you the money, like your health and this and that. It's the person itself that draws in the money. Like that's why I feel like I'll never fail, because if I'm just always trying to do the right things, like I just don't feel like I'll ever lose. But if I change all this and I do the wrong things, then that's when the losing starts to happen, right? So anyways, get aligned right, be like an antenna, download all the goodies, and then get after it. All right, guys, got to go. Catch you on the next one. We'll see you.